Okay, shalom. Shalom. Going. We're hot. We're live. Let's get this going here. Jake's still doing this goddamn thing. Alright. Back this up a little bit. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Alright, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and the elders of GMS. Salutations, peace, and blessings to our icons continue to do this, push this word, do this truth, push these prophecies, doing the work of the Lord, the work of Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, which is supposed to be out here on the highways and byways, which is the ultimate way of showing your faith. Faith in this gospel, the good news, the gospel, the truth, this doctrine of the Bible, and keeping it 100% inaccurate. All right, so here we are, Monday. After that pagan-ass, demonic-ass holiday, you see, your Lord he had his hands. I mean, as far as we're concerned, he might have pulled his hands back by now, man. But you already know that the 2/3 ain't gonna wake up regardless. But he having his hands stretched out. You see these people still serving these other gods, man. Other gods, still believing in these other philosophies that have them straight up looking like complete jackass, complete fools. All right. But in the meantime, you got these militia groups rising up because these motherfuckers still ain't gonna accept Trump leaving office. And they still ain't set on Trump losing the election. That's what y'all got to understand. It ain't all said and done, all said and done. Because what's going on January 6th, these people plan on rising up and making a move on the people, man. Well, they plan on rising up and making a move on the government. Because they sick and tired of these motherfuckers trying to, you know what, the thing is, they ain't trying to, they're not trying to go into slavery, man. They're tired of this oppression. These Edomites, they're starting to feel the pinch because they're losing their savings. When they used to going on vacations over and traveling Europe, and here you got Edomites going to Africa like they belong there. But you see these Edomites, you see them traveling the world, with the fat bank accounts. They go on these vacations, they leave the employees in charge of their jobs and of their businesses, and Jake, of course, run their businesses and they maintain that shit, man. But now, since this COVID, man, they losing everything, And like I said, them comforts, that joy, that mirth that these devils continue to live under and thrive, and they relied on, and they look forward to these things, they're starting to fucking lose it, man. Oh, let me read this scripture real quick. Then I can continue on. Hey, we're there, man. Because remember, pay attention to the date, January 6th. January 6th. These motherfuckers about to make their move. It's exactly what we've been waiting for. We've been waiting for these devils to make their move on Esau, man. Let me correct myself. We've been waiting for these Edomites to make their move on the other Edomites. And check this out. And here they keen on Jake, man. Here they still keen on the so-called black man. The Israelite man. Righteous or wicked, they still keen on him. But who the hell is it that's blowing up all these goddamn businesses? Who is it that's blowing up America, man? And you can go back to the fucking early 90s with Timothy, I think his name was Timothy McVeigh, when he blew up that federal building. And here this shit is still going on, man. These goddamn bombings. The bombing in Tennessee. Those are Edomites doing these bombings, man. You see, now they got this. Now, man, these bombings. And let's put it this way: Yahweh Shai got these people all perplexed, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua got these people's minds all fucked up, all scrambled. Why'd he do it? Why'd he do it? Talking about what kind of evil person would let a bomb off on Christmas Eve? Where the fuck he did? I didn't give a damn what he did. You know? Personally, I thought it was a beautiful thing, man. Because all these are just signs of things that's coming. Alright, so here we go back in the scriptures. I'm going to begin with this scripture if I go find this thing on what's coming down January 6th. This is Second Ezra. Second Ezra. I'm going to stay in this Second Ezra 16. Okay. Woe be unto Babylon, America, and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourself with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. Hey, all these prophecies, everything's coming down, man. It's starting to come down the drain, man. And these things are starting to happen more and more frequently. And the things that's happening more and more frequently, they seem to be getting worse and worse, you know? You know? So ultimately, when the time comes, man, it's going to be nothing but chaos out here. Nothing but all hell breaking loose out here, man. You know? When the Edomites is preparing for one thing, you got Jake not even giving a shit. You got these niggas in the hood, man. They more concerned about getting high. You know? They more concerned about fucking somebody's wife, man. You know, they too concerned about running their game, man. Their clique. You know? These motherfuckers about to get fucked up, man. So, it says, gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and be hair. Bewail your children, grab them motherfuckers, and Timmy, Zach, I love you, baby. Goodbye, you know, protect yourself. Get them motherfuckers with credit card and let them go spend that shit. Because it's all about to become worthless, man, the money. And plus they started, man, they deleting accounts all over the place. You know, people got credit cards, Visa, MasterCard. Man, they deleting accounts, especially when they pay them off. These credit card places, they're cutting off their accounts, man. They totally deleting their accounts. You know, because the elect, man, they done with this place. This place has ran its course. You know, this place has been liquidated for fucking years. This place has run its course. It served its purpose, man. You know, so now time is up. So when time's up, that means destruction comes. So it says, bewail your children and be sorry, for your destructions is at hand. Oh, I should have taught you, Zachary, that the truth that these people are the Israelites, and we're the Edomites. Bewail your children and be sorry. We oppressed these people for so long. We oppressed them unrighteously, and that's what you see them rise up with that Black Lives Matter bullshit. You see mainly Edomites in the mix of that, running that. The Edomites and the dumbass, simple-ass, obese black woman. That's what you see. You see? But you mainly see them Edomites in that shit, man. So it says, for your destruction is at hand, a sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? It's the elect who's controlling all this, man. It's the elect that's instigating all this. This is their goal. Their goal is to destroy this place from within, man. And everything. This place always had division in the first place. But now they stepped up a motherfucking notch. Now you got Esau against Esau. You got these Edomites against Edomites, man. While they stepping up the campaign against Jake. Man, that's good. You know? That's good. You know? That's kind of funny that the last two brothers that was killed the last couple of days, man, I knew one of them. My daughter knew another one, you know? You know? It's going to get so... People you're going to be starting hearing dropping dead, everybody's going to be becoming familiar with all of them, man. That's how death is going to be it's going to become so, it's regular now, you know? All these killings, all these murders that's taking place. It's becoming a regular thing, man. That's a good thing. That's what we want, you know? That's why, you know, we're commanded to keep our distance from these people, man. That's why we're supposed to separate ourselves from the wicked. Because you don't want to be around these motherfuckers when your Yahushua start to bite. You know? When your Yahushua send those angels out, you know, after when he sanctioned these people's death and he send the angels out to do his bidding, man. You don't want to be around these 2/3 motherfuckers when judgment starts taking place. Because usually the wrath of the angels, the wrath of Yahweh Shem Yahushai is, hey, you can get caught up in it. You know, it says this: a fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is it that may drive them away? You know, and it's really going into these nuclear missiles. But that's the end of all. That's the end of all. You know, may a man drive away a hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire in stubble when it had begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? The mighty Lord sends the plague. And who is he that can drive them away? Hey, and again, speaking on the nuclear missiles, man, once them nukes are shot, hey, ain't a missile defense system, ain't a computer glitch, ain't no computer hacking, you know? There's no motherfucking, there's nothing that's going to take place that's going to turn these missiles back, nor that's going to stop. You know what? Hold up. Don't worry, I'm still going back to Trump. I gotta go with the flow, go with the scriptures. I'm trying to find the scripture. Fucking hands are starting to freeze off already. It's alright, it's a small thing to suffer, man. Come out here in the winter and do the work and freeze your ass off. That's nothing. That's a small thing. Ooh, this is powerful. This is powerful. Okay, this is the book of Joel 2. You know what? Start at the top. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. You know? So things is beginning to happen, man. Everything that's taking place is all the beginning of the Lord coming to deliver his people, man. I mean, he's not going to come and deliver you when you're all happy carrying flowers and buying boxes of chocolate kisses and eating them with your fat bitch at the park. You know, you in the middle of your good time, your mirth. You know, but the Lord is taking all that away. He's not going to come and get you when you're in your comfort zone. He's coming to get you when all hell is breaking loose. And that's what he's causing. He's causing all hell to break loose in this bitch, in this filthy ass place, man. This filthy ass place where these motherfucking niggas that look at it as comfort, man. You know, they fucking love this madness, man. The scripture says they trust in oppression. You know, they trust in oppression. They love being a dependent. You know, they love being able to go line up in a line and get a handout. They love going to these goddamn wicked ass churches and get a meal to fucking eat, a free fucking pork meal to eat. You know, this is fucking crazy, man. So the day of the Lord is nigh, man. It's drawing closer and closer. You know what? Just to show you what nigh means.
Strike 7138.
Okay, near. See, draw nigh just means it's near. A place of time, you know, of personal relationship, kinship. So it draweth nigh, man. The tank is, hey, shit is about to. Listen, we've been warning you and warning you and warning you to get your ass right, you know, and that's why your punishment is going to be so severe, because the warning was were continually being warned by the men of the Lord, you know, out there pushing the prophecies and truth, constantly being a warning, and you just totally ignored it, man. Totally disregard the warning from the Lord when the Lord is speaking to you, you know. Totally disregard the Lord, like, oh man, that book has always been around, man. Man made that book, man. That's why your death, that's why your punishment, your destruction is going to be as severe as it's going to be. So you're going to face conditions of famine, you know, the thirst for water, and for the hunger for a bite of bread, you know, for shelter over your head, for protection, for quietness, you know? Because you totally disregarded the Lord, man. Hey, we're just vessels that are used to come out here and push this word, man. But you totally disregard listening to the Lord, you know? So that's why you're gonna fucking suffer when the shit starts to hit the fan. That's why you're gonna suffer, and you're gonna suffer severely. You know? You're gonna suffer fucking severely. And then ultimately, them nuclear missiles, you're gonna look up while you've been eaten by a pack of dogs, and them nuclear missiles are gonna come and just end it all. But you're gonna remain in that goddamn fire, and you're gonna remain in that fire for a little time, because the Most High is gonna slow time down, and you're gonna feel the burn. You're gonna talk about going to the fucking gym, running miles, trying to get in shape, trying to feel the burn. Motherfuckers, you're gonna feel the burn. You're gonna feel the burn. Alright? Sluck it. So as for it is nigh at hand, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds, chariots, UFOs, because you see the videos constantly going up. And a thick darkness in the morning spread upon the mountains a great people and a strong. There have not been ever the like. Neither shall there be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Because this is it. This is what Yahweh Hashem, this is his ultimate goal. Put that spirit in these goddamn devils to make those ICBM missiles and make thousands and thousands of them. You know? He put it in their spirit to make those nukes, because he's going to use them. You know? That's right, he's going to use them. So after that, there ain't going to be no more using these nukes, man, because this is just one time. You know, these nukes is just a one-time deal here, you know? We're going to inherit greater power in the kingdom of heaven, man, than these nukes. We're going to have great power in our hands, being men of the Lord in the kingdom of heaven. You know, we're going to have great power, you know what I mean? So it says a great darkness, a day of darkness and of gloomy. A day of clouds and thick darkness, Brother Red, in the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. A fire devours before them, and behind them a flame burneth, that flame that's going to lift them up and get them going. That flame that's going to lift them up and get them going. You know what I'm saying? that flame that got them reaching Mach 5. I don't know the speeds these motherfuckers be going, but enough to reach out of space and have them go from one end of the earth to the other end of the earth. That's that fire that burneth behind them. What else could that be? You know? It could be that butt plug motherfucker putting up his ass and putting on fire. Filthy motherfucker. A fire devours before them, and behind them a flame. And that fire that devours before them is that warhead, that nuclear warhead that detonates so far above the ground. You know, that's the devil being considered not so much radioactivity material spreading, radioactivity or radioactive dust spreading and getting to other populations. Oh wow, the devil is so sweet, man. Thank you, Esau. Motherfucking devil a trip, man. So a fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them. You know, it looked good. You know, it looked good with all this goddamn cement, all this goddamn concrete. You know, they're able to ride up and down the streets. And, you know, some hoods, like some suburbs, got, you know, the roads that have no potholes, no bumps. You know, some of these suburbs look good, man. You go to Dublin, you go to Westonville, man. You walk through there, man. Worthington, you don't even see no goddamn trash like you see in the hood, man. You know, that's why you don't see no liquor stores. That's why you don't see no goddamn gun stores in the suburbs where Esau lives. You know. But anyway, and behind them a desolate wilderness, and before them, Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. So not just these nations shooting up these nuclear missiles, you're going to have the angels who Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to send, well actually Yahweh Shai with the archangel Michael and the other angels, man. Hey, you can't even comprehend the fire they're bringing, you know, because the parts of the earth that the nukes, you know, a nuke is only good for so many miles. You know what I'm saying? And Asa only has so many of them. The angels they're gonna fill the gaps. You know, it's gonna be beautiful, man. The fire that the Lord is bringing, man, it's gonna be amazing, and it's gonna be the blessing. It's gonna be a blessing to look down on it, because you don't want to be in the midst of that fire, man. Because, like I said, it says, and nothing shall escape them. Nothing shall escape them. You know, especially the parts that the bullseye. You know, wherever Yahweh, Shem Yahushai, wherever their bullseyes are, that's what's going to literally get destroyed. And we know America's going to get destroyed. We know Israel, the land of Israel, is going to get destroyed. We're going back to the land of Israel. That land has to be cleansed before we go back. I blow my goddamn nose. So it says the appearance of them is as appearance of horses. You ever notice horses? Watch videos of horses in the wild. You know, they don't just run, man. They run in formation. It's beautiful. And look at birds. It says, and as horsemen so shall they fly. Like the noise of chariots on the top of mountains, shall they leap. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Set in battle array. So these things are going to come, man. It's going to be beautiful. You know, before their face, the people shall be much pain. All faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. So when these nukes are shot, there ain't gonna be no malfunctions, because America's nukes is always America's technology with their nukes and their missiles are known to fail. You know, it's a known thing that Great Babylon's military, man, is just a bunch of shit. Their technology lacketh behind China. North Korea is smaller, much smaller as far as having that technologies, battleship, warship, aircraft carrier, jets. But their technology that they use is still advanced. You know what I'm saying? Iran, you know. In certain European nations, American allies, that have nuclear capabilities. All right, so none of them gonna break their rank. None of them gonna break their rank. So, like I said, nothing's gonna fail. Man. Everything's gonna work with this perfection, except America's nukes, man. And even America's nukes, you already see the videos. There's videos of they caught videos of chariots taking over the U.S. nuclear military sites. Their silos, taking over their military nuclear silos. And I think it's pretty sure it was like a test launch where the nuke is going up, the missile's going up. It didn't have a nuclear warhead on it, but it was just like I said, it was a test. They test these things. And you see the UFO come from one direction, hit a beam on it, go to another direction on the other side, hit another beam on it, and it goes off course, you know? So the Lord is in control of it all. Let me go my goddamn phone. All the shit you put in your body, man, to get rid of mucus, man. There's always something that's gonna make it remain. You know, that mucus. I have no problem right out here in this cold, though. But this mucus is what helps you get sick. You know, just do whatever necessary studying you need to do as far as a dietary law goes to get rid of mucus, man. That'll help you. The less mucus you have your body makes, man, the less likely you're going to get sick, you know, or the more likely you'll stay sick less, you know, along with prayer, mainly prayer, and then the actual work and healing yourselves and staying as healthy as you can, man, you know. So anyway, let me get back to this. Okay, and they shall not break their ranks, neither shall one thrust another. Thrust, all right? Thrust means Come on. Thrust. The cock. The cock. Okay, to thrust, oppress, crowd. To thrust, crowd. That's the definition. So, neither shall one thrust another. And it's these nuclear missiles when they shoot them off. And you know, we can envision this, man. I can see them coming now, man, with their perfection. You know? And you know why I say I can see them coming now? Because the scripture says the righteous shall scarcely make it, man. We're going to barely get out of this bitch alive, man. But you know, if you have faith, man, and just be in awe of that moment, man. I know we're going to all be scared as a motherfucker, man. You know? Because this is the spirit of the Lord that's going to be bringing holy hell on this planet, man. It's the spirit of Yahweh Shai that's going to be bringing literally holy hell on this wicked ass place, man. And he said he's going to destroy it. He's going Amos 9 and 8. Let me get it. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom. And this is that sinful kingdom, filthy as America. And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. Being out in space in our chariots, man. That place is going to look like it ain't going to look like the old American. Lights on at night, when it's on the opposite end of the sun, lights on at night, you see the shit is still fucking functioning, man. Looks like some goddamn computer board or some shit. It's gonna be nothing but darkness down that bitch, you know? With smoke coming up out of it, you know? And the smoke is just gonna be for a long ass time. Alright, so check it out. These shall one thrust another, they shall walk everyone in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter into the windows like a thief. The windows up on high. All right. The earth shall quake before them. So it's self-explanatory, man. It's talking about the missiles. This fucking common sense is talking about ICBM missiles here. You know? So the ultimate goal is to get up on top, man, and get delivered by them chariots and be looking down on them, man. Being in that chair that chair's gonna have a clear bottom, a clear floor in it, man. Looking down on it, windows and a clear floor, man. That's what you want. You know, you saw think he got it when they got these boats, man. You can go around the Florida Keys. I'm sure on the East Coast, as far as down in California, for a tourist attraction, you can rent a boat. But some of them boats got an actual clear bottom in it, man. And they take you all through the reefs. Man, they think they got it going on then. Man, you ain't gonna have it going on. We ain't gonna have it going on. I mean, that's nice and shit. But the ultimate beauty is to get delivered, man. So that's what we're constantly praying for forgiveness. Constantly. You know? We're constantly asking for forgiveness. Because we repented of our wickedness, man. And repenting means, you know, we left off that old man. We became a new man. We repented. We're sorry for that filthy and that wicked shit that we were before, you know? That's embarrassing, man. You know? That's embarrassing to learn righteousness and to look back and think like, what the fuck? God damn, I was a piece of shit. That's embarrassing, man. You know? That's an embarrassing feeling, man. You know? But being in the midst of these people, man, you're lifted up. You consider the fucking man. My nigga. That's my nigga there. That's my dog, man. That's how they speak. That's my dog, man. Motherfuckers are stupid, man. You know? Fucking evil and wickedness is a beautiful thing to these people. So the earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. So all that smoke going up, all that fire and that smoke that's going up, and all that debris from the blast, man, it's going to block out all that. It ain't going to matter. You know, when the news going off, you ain't going to need no goddamn light any goddamn way, because you're going to be in the midst of that fire. It ain't going to matter. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great, for he is strong that executed the word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? Let me read that again. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great. For he is strong that executed his word. He is strong that executed his word. His word is judgment. His word is righteous judgment. His word is indignation. You know? His anger, man. Judgment, man. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible. So I told you, man, we all gonna be scared as a motherfucker. But like I said, faith is gonna sustain us. That we're gonna be just waiting to get up out of here, man. You know? I don't want to sound all proud and shit, like I'm convinced I'm getting up out of here, but hey, you gotta have some type of faith. I do. I have a strong faith and I'm getting the hell up out of here, man. And I'm not sitting back and thinking when all this hell is rocking loose, I'm a bad motherfucker. I'm a bad man. You see, I can deal with this shit. You see my strap? Nah, nigga. You know, you can understand the mind of a man that have his thinking cap on right. You can't understand it, man. You know, you can't understand faith if you don't got it. You can't describe faith if you don't have it, man. You know? So anyway, nuclear body. So like I was saying, man, that's the nuclear missiles, they're gonna make this shit rock and roll. Rock and roll, baby. Rock and roll. You wanna speak about some rock and roll? That's some rock and roll for you there. Here we go. That quake, that quaking, that shaking. The Lord's indignation, his wrath, his anger, man. You know? And just like any man with sense should hate filth, and wickedness, hey, these nuclear missiles is nothing but an example of the Lord's anger. That's all it is, man. So, another scripture on this shit shaking and rocking and rolling. Isaiah 24 and 18, and it shall come to pass, and it shall come to pass. You hear? And it shall come to pass. Like we said, Lord, we've already been pushing. The Lord is going to cause a famine. You know? He's going to cause a famine, man. Not just a famine for water and bread, but a famine of the word. He's going to cause a great famine. And just like he done in ancient Egypt, you know, Moses was constantly warning them some bitches, man. You know, actually Joseph pretty much saved them out of that famine. Got them saving corn beforehand, but ain't none of that shit is popping off. Now the spirit of Joseph is working for us now by through the spirit getting us right. Through the spirit getting us right. You know, in the midst of Egypt. Egypt is America. Okay? So it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit. And he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in a snare. For the windows from on high are open, thus the firmament, you know, and the foundations of the earth do shake, you know. And that's the end of it all, man, when they start pushing them buttons. And like I strongly believe through the spirit of Yahushua that those big boys is literally meant for when Yahushua get here. Because their ultimate goal is to actually defeat the Lord, man. You know, in their minds, I go into it all the time, man. You know, how they're going to have a war with the angels, man. But their ultimate goal is to use them big boys. They got tactical nukes too, and they got thousands of motherfuckers, man. They're going to let them all go, you know? But the ultimate goal is to try and get the Lord in that fire, man. Man, this day that's coming is going to be terrible, boy. You know? So these things is going to hit, and it's going to rearrange the planet, you know? These nukes is going to cause massive fucking tsunamis, you know? Because listen, you know, 60, 61, whatever they made the Tsar bomb. That Russian bomb was originally, the Tsar bomb was originally supposed to have been 100 kilotons. But they cut it down to 50. And they don't have to fucking air deliver these motherfuckers no more. They got these submarines that are pretty much drone submarines. They can make them motherfuckers 200 kilotons or bigger. You understand what I'm saying? And you already know they're working on them right now, man. These things is going to be used. They're going to cause massive tsunamis, man. This planet's going to be rearranged, man. It's going to actually look different, you know, when these things go off. You know, we're going to inherit the kingdom. And our kingdom is not going to resemble Esau's kingdom in one, not even in the least bit. You know, this technology is going to be totally obliterated. The pyramids, these castles, All that shit is going to be destroyed, man. There ain't going to be no remnant of none of this old shit, man. But we're going to be able to go back in the spirit and see everything, you know. You know. We're going to see how we were living from the beginning until now. Even the filthy, wicked shit that Esau was into. You know, we don't need to have it physically here. But everything, you know, Esau done defiled all that madness, man. All that shit represented us in being in captivity. Imagine what's going on in those palaces. Oh, man, that we built during the dark age, that we built. There's all kind of children being eaten. There's all kind of blood being drank in those damn things, man. So the Lord has to get rid of this shit. So, for the windows from on high are open, the foundation of the earth do shake. The earth is utterly broken down. The earth is clean dissolved. The earth is moved exceedingly. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage. And the transgressions thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. America, especially this devil's, this Edomite's power. He's gonna fall, and this white motherfucker, this red ass piece of shit is never coming up again. He ain't ever coming up again, man. All kind of stuff. You know what? Let me come back to that. Let me go back to what I was talking about before Trump, man. Because Trump gonna make a move. He might not make a move, but that's the talk, man. You know the talk is that election was that's stolen. They saying the election was stolen. And they working behind closed doors, man, or retaliate. You know, it's coming. You know something's coming, and that's what we want. Where the hell did we go? Here we go. Here we go. Let me see if I found the right one. Joe Biden has won the presidential election, a fact that Donald Trump and other Republicans refuse to acknowledge. No, personally, I still believe that it was rigged. I personally believe there was a lot of illegal shit, probably from both sides that was going on. You know, and that's what the devil does. The devil always accusing you of what he guilty of. You know, that's what devils do, man. You know, so I believe it was illegal shit going on both sides. You know, it's just Biden was probably more clever at it, had a better backing. I don't know. Okay, there are worries the president and other Republicans will make every effort to stay in power. There will be a smooth transition to a second Trump administration. Mike Pompeo, the secretary, he did say, I saw the video. William Barr, the attorney general, has authorized federal prosecutors to begin to investigate election irregularities and move that prompt the head of the Justice Department Election Crime Unit to step down from the position and move to another role. Trump also fired Christopher Krebs, the director of federal. So they're making moves, man. This is not what I wanted, though. I forgot what it is. It's actual legislation. It's actual acts that's been written. I said legislation. It's actually acts that were written into law that give the president, that give Trump options, and that's what I'm trying to find. Bookmark it so I can go back to it. Some shit, sometimes I think I did it. Sometimes I think I hit the store and I did it. Oh, well, let me just type in January 6th. Okay. Healthy ass people might work there. And I think January 6th is also gonna they're gonna execute their Second Amendment right. You know, that's part of our prophecies, man. That civil war is gonna come. You know? We know it's coming, man. We know it's coming because it's in the scriptures. You know, January 6th is a key date, and that's just next fucking week. January 6th. You know, and I know ain't shit. We was hoping like hell a lot of shit was gonna happen right before the election or right after the election, and there was a lot of violence and there was a lot of fighting. But I was praying like hell was gonna be a lot worse. But that's just part of us desiring to see the day of the Lord, you know. But eventually, something's gonna pop off and something major's gonna fucking go down on these dates, on these things, on these dates that keep coming up. Eventually, shit is gonna pop off, man, on one of these days, you know. So, January 6th. Okay, January 6th is the Congress count electoral votes. January 6th, here's how it works. Again, the hands are fucking freezing off. My gloves are. Let me get this one. That's all right. I'm gonna have to do it and make a video on it later on tonight or tomorrow. Because there's some information, some shit about this January 6th, man. That these militia groups, these fucking patriotic fools, man. They counting the days. These patriotic idiots, man. Who we call great Americans and shit. They're counting the fucking days, man. You know? Good God Almighty. Get back in the scripture. Get back in the scripture. Okay. Second Ezra. Jump over a little though. Okay, here we go. This is 2nd Ezra 16. I'm jumping up a little, up to 70. I'm going back though to the news. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen. You know, so that civil war is knocking, man. That civil war is coming, you know, and they're already speaking on how there's a great divide. There's this billionaire, I'm about to make a video on it as well. This billionaire, man, highly respected billionaire, speaking on how this great division from the rich and the poor, and he showed examples of how in the past history, how when there's a big division and gap in income between the rich and the poor, it also breeds chaos, you know, and fighting, you know, and insurrection. And that's from past research that this devil did. So like I said, it's another video I get to make. So these people, man, that's been made who at one time had it going on, that was on top of the world, they lost it all. They're losing it all. Man, they ain't even trying to have little Zach and little Tommy grow up fucking poor, you know, getting fucking jabbed with inoculations and all kind of serums and shit, you know, or face fines or jail time, man. Together, man. What kind of people that would envision like that and then force their will on the people? What kind of people is that, man? Those are fucking devils for you, man. You know, that come up with these unjust laws and shit, man. You know, and that's why, since Jake ain't rising up, since Jake is too busy stuck on stool, that's why these Edomites are gonna rise up. These Edomites gonna rise up and fight, man. You know? So again, going back to 2 Ezra 16, going back down there. The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is it that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from its wrath. And who is he that may quench it? And already went into how there ain't gonna be no missile defense system, no fucking super nigga that can stop it. You know? He shall cast lightnings, and he shall not fear. He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? Beaten to powder. That's the ultimate. Hey, when these nukes go off, man, they dehydrate your body, and all that's left is the sodium, man. You know? All this shit is going to turn to dust, man. You know? Remember the vision after Ezra saw Yahushua destroy the armies, and after all was said and done, what did he say he can perceive? All he said he can perceive was the smell of dust and smoke. So, what did he say? Let me just get it. It says right here, and they all were mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest. This is what the Yahushua sent. And fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up, every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived. So when these things go off, man, you're not going to be recognizable around you, man. Nothing, you know. All that can be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So, envision that. Put that in your mind, man. Damn, my hand is frozen off. All hell is about to break loose. All hell, man. All hell. I remember I made a comment to my kid's mom, man. She ran out and started doing her thing, thinking the motherfucker was gonna start chasing. I let her go. You know? Back then, I was man enough to just let that bitch go, man. I ain't chasing after her. I ain't calling her begging and shit. You know? My days have been in that sip of mine in it when I was young, in my late teens, and, you know, been in that, you know, that simple ass state of mind, begging these stinking ass bitches not to leave and shit. I let that bitch go, man. You know, I let that trifling bitch go, and I told her the day gonna come when all hell was gonna break loose. I didn't know. My spirit, I just knew that the way society was, because I always watched the news, I always paid attention to what the military was doing. You know, I didn't pretty much explain it all, but I was always had my eyes on that shit, man. I knew something was gonna fucking pop off one day, man, in my fucking lifetime. You know, that's the simple mind of these niggas that there ain't nothing like that gonna happen in our lifetime. These some dumbass motherfucking niggas, man. They stupid, man. But I told that bitch that day's gonna come when all hell's gonna break loose, and she gonna wish that she didn't turn into a goddamn hoe. You know what I'm saying? You know, at the time I was so fucking furious. I wanted to kill that bitch, man. And I was telling her, hey, it's going to come that time, man, that the Lord, hey, it's going to come that time, man. And I was probably giving, I can't really remember, I was probably giving reference to I was going to kill her. I was going to kill her stupid ass. So I fucking pissed off on words, man. You know? But I was man enough to just let that bitch go, man. Let that bitch go. You know what I'm saying? Even before then, I was praying to the Lord that he do something just to get that bitch out of my life, man. But you know, when you used to bending a bitch over, you used to the bitch cooking whenever she did cook, or you know, it's your piece of ass, you know. You know, it ain't always that fucking simple, you know. But I used to pray to the Lord that he get that bitch out of my motherfucking life, man. You know. I used to sit back wondering how I was gonna do it, man. You know. I was sitting around wondering too long, and the Lord got tired and just got that bitch up out of there. You know? Bitch leave, and they wonder why you ain't coming back. There's some funny shit that happens, man. I was trouble. Get back in the scriptures, man. Let me get back in the scriptures. So, the earth quaketh and the foundations thereof. The sea arises up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled. The fish thereof also before the Lord, before the glory of his power. So that's why I was telling you how Russia got drones, submarine drones that are loaded with nukes, man. And Lord knows how powerful they're going to be. That's them tsunamis that's coming. For strong is the right hand that bendeth the bow. This arrow that shooteth are sharp and shall not miss. And that's just speaking of these arrows again. The nuclear missiles are arrows. A perfect example of the movie Broken Arrow. When a nuclear missile came up missing, or a nuclear missile came up was stolen. All right. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss, and they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Ain't nobody shooting a goddamn bow and arrow and shoot from one end of the earth to the other, man. Ain't nobody got that kind of fucking might and strength. So you know they're talking about thermonuclear missiles. It's right. Can't stop it. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again. Until they come upon the earth, the fire is kindled and shall not be put out, till it consume the foundations of the earth. All right? That's the end of this devil's rule. All right? Like an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, in the fucking arrow thrown. Even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. That's the ultimate plague, that fire. That's the ultimate plague, is that fire. You know, woe is me, woe is me. Woe is me, destruction. Who would deliver me in those days? Okay, question mark. The only one that can deliver you, that has the power to deliver you, is our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai, man. And that's why he's coming. He's coming to deliver his elected, to deliver the anointed, and to destroy the wicked. You know, and to subdue them, to flatten this power structure that he's got them Edomites, man, to flatten it, man. Total flat. So the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? And they're coming, man. Because the Lord has spoken. The Lord has spoken, this shit is coming, man. You know? Give every man according to his works. To give every man according to his works. So, behold, famine and plagues. Behold, famine and plagues, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be away mindful of the scourges. You know? And they're starting already beginning to get their ass whooped, you know, and they still don't get it down, man. You know? They still think they're going to have it in their might to change this shit and to build that. That's why Esau said, he may build, but he may fall down, but I shall rebuild I'm thinking of Malachi. Let me get it. Let me get this. That's why Esau had the nerve to make this comment, man. Damn, it's some cold shit. That's why he had the nerve to say this, man. Whereas Edom, this is Malachi 1 again. Esau the 3, and I hated Esau. Most I hate you, red son of a bitches. And laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. And that's what I'm reading this second Ezra. You know? Whereas Edom says, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever, man. The Lord hates these pieces of that fucking piece of trash. You know? This devil actually thinks that the Lord is going to do his thing, but he's going to be able to come up back out the cut eventually and rebuild this shit. You know? Ooh, God damn. This shit ain't no joke. It's alright. I got people all around listening. They won't come up here and listen closer, but you see, they will be at a fucking business. Same people every week though. You may have a different one every once in a while. You know, they always keep their distance though, man. A lot of them actually speak, say what's happening. So a lot of them do speak. How you doing, man? You gonna be all right? You gonna be warm out there? But the camera come on, man. These people, they afraid of the camera. Either dude last week, the dude like we moved here from Archibald, Ohio, turned into a piece of shit as soon as he got here. He didn't even want to be on camera, man. Everybody wants to avoid the camera. Do no wrong. What you want? You know? Everybody like to be on their phone doing stupid shit. But they know what they know what this is all about. They know this is all about something that has nothing to do with them. You know, they know it's something they don't understand. You know, you might have some simple ass bitch walk by and gonna put her face and ass in front of the camera. You know, it's wintertime now, ain't much ass shaking. But when I'm out here during this when it's warm, you see the past videos, some women come up. You know, so let me get back to this. Okay, so again. How the scripture says, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victuals shall be good cheap upon earth, and they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. And the confusion is definitely because their kingdom is divided amongst themselves. Esau's fighting against Esau. Great confusion. They wonder why our man in office, man, that we won the election. You know? You know? And that confusion will come into other means as well. When it's gonna be motherfucking madness out here, you know? There ain't gonna be no peace. There ain't gonna be no peace, man. People gonna wonder, just like when the bomb went off in Tennessee, man. People wonder why? People are actually fucking asking questions. Why, man? Why would they do this, man? Why? Because you don't understand what time we're living in. We're in a time of war. We're in a time of breaking down. We're in a time of hate. That's the time we're fucking living in. And if you would have got your ass in front of the computer and stop watching all that goddamn porn and World Star, you fucking know what's going on, what time we're living in. You know, I told you that's what happens when you don't listen to the men of the Lord, man. So it says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the others that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. That's beautiful, man. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, will starve to death, And the other that escape the hunger, the ones that are doing the killing to get food and bread, that thought they were good, they're going to drop dead, man. It says, shall the sword be